right, we live. Let's clap it up. Shalom, DC, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of this Bible, and the truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, and that our oppressors is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We are not affiliated with any Christian church or Hebrew Israelite group. We are 1 West, home of the truth. If it's not under Commanding General Yahanna, it's not the truth. What I'm about to bring out to you tonight is been weighing on me for some time. I just recently was watching that the Masa, the Dama joint, right? And it was a scene in there where it was these Edomites, and it was around Halloween, and we around that time right now anyway. It was a couple scenes. It was a couple. Man, the whole damn thing was just damn wicked. You know what I'm saying? It was wrong. You know what I mean? But these scenes in particular, you know, got to me, right? So this is what I'm about to bring out. So what happened was it was these Edomites that came out to the building where he was living, and they were taking pictures, like gag pictures, taking pictures like that. And the neighbor came around the corner, saw them, was like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? This is madness. Why are you why are you celebrating this place?" It was like people died here, people were murdered here. Show some respect, you know what I'm saying? And the one of the daughters, he was like, "Well, it doesn't matter. We're on public property. We can do whatever the hell we want." It was Edomite being Edomitish, you know what I'm saying? We can do whatever the hell we want. It's our world. We're gonna do what we want to do, right? He was like, "Man, these people were killed here, murdered here. Show some respect." And then the daughter came and took and broke the camera, and he was like, "Well, you had no right to do this. This is our property." The camera. It's like, "It's our property. You have no right to do this," right? Later on in the scene, police came and said, "Hey, we got reports of someone assaulting, somebody breaking a camera and whatnot." So they went took the girl to jail. Right? That was one thing. Another thing was Dahmer got some fan mail in the goddamn joint. These people were praising him, saying, "Hey, you're cool, you can't die and do all this," and asking for autographs and whatnot. And there was one girl said in school there was 3 kids who came dressed as you for Halloween, and now we can't get dressed up anymore for Halloween anymore because of that. Like, why in the world would you celebrate something like this? You know what I'm saying? So why would you celebrate a murderer, a vile murderer? Why would you celebrate someone who drugged people, took them back to their house, drugged them, murdered them, molested the dead bodies, cut them up, and then ate them? Why would you celebrate something like that? Not only now that is a total Edomite custom, and we are destroyed because we follow behind those Edomitish customs. You know what I'm saying? Nobody does it. Unfortunately, nobody does it better than we do. Whenever we do it, we are totally and utterly destroyed because the Most High warned us not to do any of that stuff. You got something?
Yeah, sir, if I may, 2 small things. Edomitish. I like that word. So it's like 2 small things. First, if Christ was carrying a cross, then why would anybody celebrate that cross that he was supposedly nailed onto? But that was a lie, because he was hung and slew on a tree.
Yeah. Like Michael Brown was murdered by that cop Darren Wilson with I want to say it was a Glock service weapon. Now the whole country went up in arms after that happened. It was a whole lot of protests and whatnot. You see anybody wearing Glock 9s around their chains? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we need to remember Michael Brown. Anybody wearing the service weapon that killed him with the serial number? That same specific serial number. Is anybody doing that? There was a I don't know what gun killed Trayvon Martin. Yeah, if you could find out exactly what gun, what type of gun killed Trayvon Martin. There was protests that went around the whole country concerning the not only the killing, the murder, because that's exactly what it was, the hunting down and murder of a kid. You got what weapon killed him? But the hunting and the murder of a kid, of a child, it was protests. It was more protests and demonstrations after the verdict came back and found not guilty. Now, are we going around having gold chains and whatnot, or rings, or putting memorials of the gun that killed Trayvon Martin? Are we doing that? Does that even sound like, we're honoring his memory by putting up the gun that killed him? That don't sound right at all. That doesn't sound right at all. At all. Because we don't do that. You had some?
Yeah, concert. The gun that killed Trayvon Martin, it was in the possession of George Zimmerman, is a Kel-Tec PF9.
Kel-Tec PF9. Now is anybody going out selling out Kel-Tec and getting the PF9 service pistol? Is anybody painting memorials of that particular weapon? No, because people, if you want to honor somebody, you don't honor him by memorializing the murder weapon. You know what I'm saying? You don't honor him by memorializing anything that had to do with that death. You know what I'm saying? But you know who did memorialize that? Esau. He went and auctioned off. He auctioned it. He didn't sell it. It wasn't a private sale like type deal. He auctioned it off. That means people were in line that wanted to get that pistol, that weapon. There were people in line that wanted to get that weapon. There's another scene in there. I don't know how true. Well, seeing how Esau is, there was auction. There was supposedly being an auction for all of Dahmer's stuff, including the nail gun that he used to drill holes in people's head and pour acid through their heads in order to make them a zombie like, so that he can molest the zombie. This is the type of people wanted to buy those quote unquote memorabilia type stuff. Who does that is not us. Unfortunately, it is us, because we're the ones who's rocking quote unquote Jesus pieces that ain't nothing but I hate to use it like this, but ain't nothing but the devil. Ain't nothing but this homosexual right here. You know what I'm saying? Who we rock the praying hands. You know what I'm saying? We tattoo that crap on us. We rock the cross. I don't see no Edomites, really rocking it like us. Rocking it like us. This is something that we flaunt, that we do. Pagawa, if you could come over here, Baba Kashaw. Now come in front of the chairs. You see that right there, right? No. Look at me. Right here.
Oh,
get that, Baba Kashaw. All right, Most High in Christ. but we're the ones who we're the ones who memorialize the death of. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, especially Christians say they love them some Jesus. Why in the world would you honor them the murder weapon, memorialize the murder weapon, and then spit in his image by sinning? He didn't die for you to sin. He died for you not to sin. Because we don't know this. This is the reason why we die. There's specific laws in our constitution that state we are supposed to be cut off from Israel forever if we don't do certain things, or if we do certain things. all of us should not be included in Israel. All of us. We're gonna go over a few things. Here's one thing that we don't even know. Most of our people don't even know that if we don't do this, we don't observe this, we're cut off from the nation wholly and entirely. And it's something as simple as not simple, but simple as not observing the Passover. You don't observe the Passover, you're cut off from the nation. 100%. You cannot come back in. You get with a Moabitish woman, your kids can't come back, can't come into your lineage is cut off. You understand what I'm saying? If you get with any other nation, your lineage up until I want to say the 7th generation can't come into the congregation. Now, why would you want to make your kids outcasts? Why would you want to do that? Commander Yahanna brought this out a little while ago. I'm not sure if it was, I think it was during the closing of the High Holy Day, and he broke it down. You know, just this is a reason why this is called the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The scripture tells us specifically why we shouldn't do it, but Commander General Yahanna has broken it down so basic that you can't deny it. You can't deny it. You know, you get with a woman of another nation. Number one, she's going to teach your kids to worship her gods. Now, but she's an atheist. Well, that's a god. She celebrates Christmas. That's worshiping another god. She smokes cigarettes. That's worshiping another god. Well, she allows the kids to have dreads. That's another god. All of that is worship of another god. All of it. We don't understand that. And what Commander General Yahanna was breaking down was just so simple, is that a child loves his father, their father, and a child loves their mother. If they want to honor their father, and if they're an Israelite, they're going to have to dishonor their mother. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? The father does not celebrate Christmas. The mother does. So when Christmas comes around and her birthday comes around, she's going to expect you to give her something. She's going to expect you to go into the traditions that are of, you know, that pagan holiday. So if you do not do that, you're honoring your father. You're going to be dishonoring your mother, because she wants to teach you that. She is going to teach you that, and if you try and stop her, she's just going to go behind your back and do it anyway. Why? Because she has they have no morals. They have no scruples about them. If you try and lay a law down, they're just going to go behind your back and do that thing. And teach your kids that thing. And your kids are stuck in the middle because they don't know. They want to honor both their mother and their father. So if their father says one thing, you can't do it. And this happens in our community all the time, whether it's mixed couples or people of the same race. If the father says don't do it and the mother wants you to do it, the mother is going to do it and tell the kid, hey, don't tell your father. You don't go behind your back and tell you, hey, don't tell them. And unfortunately, because of this, the kid is all messed up. The kid wants to honor his mother, so he's going to say, well, I ain't going to tell dad this. This will be our little secret. We'll just do this when he's not around. Not knowing that the actions that he's doing or she is doing, they're going to be cut off from the nation. Not just cut off just cut off, period. They'll be mowed down. And then, you know what? When they get older, they're going to try and observe both traditions. When in reality, you can only observe one. You can only be one master. You have to either love one and hate the other. That's it. That's it. Did you have something, Pagabua?
That's like so you just said it. You can't serve two masters.
You absolutely cannot serve two masters. And we're going to get into some of this stuff that we dishonor our head by doing some of these things. Give me Deuteronomy 7:3. Is that the first one?
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them, right? This is the Most High God talking through Moses to us. We are not to make marriages with them. Who is it them? Keep going.
Come. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
All right, we ain't to give our daughters to their sons. Keep going.
Come. Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
And we ain't to take their daughters unto our sons. Why? Because of what I just told you. Why? I just told you why. Now, this is the Most High God's law, statutes, and commandments. It's plain as day. It's plain as day. And what I said hurts people's feelings, but sometimes you need to get your feelings hurt. Why in the world would you want an oppressive woman? An oppressive woman. Why would you want any of them? They are beneath Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. As destroyed as we are still better than them. Right. Even in our low state right now, we are still better than them. Keep going.
Come. Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son.
For they will what?
They will turn away thy son.
Hold up, Salaki. Hold on. I pray the Lord finds you and destroy you and your family. Whoever did that. So they will what?
For they will turn away thy son.
They will turn away thy son. Keep going.
From following me.
From following the Most High God. And that's exactly what happens. Exactly what happened. A lot of times, you know, especially now. When I say especially now, this generation and maybe a generation prior, my generation and maybe a generation prior, did not grow up with fathers or father figures in the house. We may have had a man around the house, but that man was not our father. For the most part, was not our father. He didn't have what they call skin in the game. So he didn't care really to tell us about the pitfalls and warnings of what's to come. So we were raised by women. You know what I'm saying? If we were raised by women, we should have known the things that will beguile men, but we don't. We fall victim to the same trap over and over. It became a cycle, perpetual, right? So if we don't have true righteous leadership, a man ahead of us telling us, giving us orders, hey, watch out for this pitfall, watch out for that pitfall. We don't have strong leadership, not only in our house, but in our communities. We're destroyed. We're doomed to follow whomever. We're doomed to follow women. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be turned upside down. Keep going.
Oh, God. That they may serve other gods.
That they may serve other gods. It's like we're the number one Christians, we're the number one Muslims. We're very high up in Buddhists. We're the number one Rastafari mofos. You know what I'm saying? Where we go broke and try and get other people to go broke to celebrate Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving, New Year's, Valentine's Day. We do all sorts of them nonsense. You know what I'm saying? There are certain cigarettes that are associated with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Weed is basically associated with us. Coke, crack is associated with us. You know who's the number one people that use methamphetamines? Meth, crystal meth? You would think so. It's the Native Americans. It's the Native Americans. You know who's the number one person to be killed by the police? It's the Native Americans. We are totally and utterly destroyed. Why? This is one of the reasons why. Why? Because we take strange women into our house, and they turn us from the power. Right? Keep going.
Come. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you?
So then, will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you? We do this, the Most High is going to be absolutely wroth with anger. Get me Numbers 25. Start at verse 1. Give me Numbers chapter 25. We're going to start at verse 1. We just read how the Most High told us, warned us, gave us fair warning. Do not get with these heathens. Man, do not get with these heathen women. Women, do not get with these heathen men. Do not do this because, and he gave us, there's something about orders. There's something about orders. There are times when we're given orders and we just ought to obey them right then and there and just shut up and do it. And there are other times when we're given orders and we're given a reason why. I pray the Lord destroys you and your family for doing this tonight. Right now on this live. I pray the Most High destroys you. What was I saying? Salakia.
That distracted me too, sir, because I knew what you were talking about.
The Most High is giving us fair warning. No, I was saying about giving us some understanding. Sometimes we get instruction, we get commands, and we just follow the commands just right there and then. And there are other times when we get commands and we're told why those commands are in place. We're told why those boundaries are put there. Why? And in this particular reason is stating very simply, very plainly, and I don't understand how people cannot understand this, is because, Salakia. In my past, the old man's traveled around the world. Old man's traveled around the world, many times over, been in different cultures and all over the place. There were certain things that the old man had partaken of, and it was very simple. It's very easy to get with these heathen women, whether it was Esau, whether it was Moab, whether it was Ham, whether it was any of them, Ishmael, any of them. You know how you would get with them? All you have to do is show some interest in their culture. That's it. Show some interest in their culture, even if you know everything about it is to know about them. If you just feign some interest in their culture, they're more than welcome, more than happy to show you their culture and give you what you want. As long as you keep showing interest in their culture, they keep teaching you their culture. It's like a blank check. It's like a blank check. So if you get with these different nations, they're going to want to put their stamp in. They're going to want to have their say in that household. You can't snuff out their heritage because they know their heritage. As far as us, we don't know our heritage. We don't know who we are and whose we are. So it's very easy and base for us as Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to go ahead and try and get with more so the Southern Kingdom than it is the Northern Kingdom. More so the Southern Kingdom than it is the Northern Kingdom. It's easier for us to just put away whatever it is from our block, from our hood, from our, from whatever we've learned. It's very easy for us to put that away and take on somebody else's culture and customs. Read what you got. Did you have something before that?
Yeah, sorry, sir. Would it be right to say that because we were destroyed by not having this knowledge of the Bible, that it is that easier to be beguiled by their heritage because we don't know why?
That's exactly.
Fill a void.
That's exactly why they destroyed our heritage. They tried to destroy our heritage. exactly why they wanted us to discontinue from our heritage so that we wouldn't know that we are the greatest people on earth, that we are not supposed to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We're not supposed to celebrate these fake, false holidays and keep our own high holy days. This is the same reason why they broke us, and we're not to we're only supposed to be with our women and not with their women. So it is, yes, it is easier for us to be beguiled because we don't know no better. We don't have any. Their law said that they can do this, and they broke us and made us listen to their laws. But the Most High God's law said, no, we are not to do that whatsoever.
Numbers chapter 25 and verse 1. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab.
And people began to commit whoredom. We started getting with these nasty, disgusting, bat-eating Moabites. They caused the pandemic. This current pandemic right now. And we're gonna read. We're gonna read because you know things that has happened. The thing that's happening now is happening way back when. Things happening now is happening way back when. Keep going.
Verse 2. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bowed down to their gods.
Just like the Most High God said, we get with them. They're going to turn us away from worshiping the Most High God. And this is exactly the first two verses. It's telling us we got with these nasty Moabite women, and the very second verse we turned away from our God. Now let's continue on and see what happens.
Verse 3. And Israel joined himself unto Baal-peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
And if you remember in Deuteronomy, it's saying, don't do this, or you're going to kindle my anger. We did this, and the Lord's anger was kindled. Let's keep going.
Verse 5. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal-peor.
Hold on, read that from the top one again. Verse 4.
Verse 4. And the Lord said unto Moses, verse 4. And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people.
What? Say it again.
Take all the heads of the people.
Who told him to do this?
The Lord said that to Moses.
And the Most High told Moses, cut their heads off. Bring me their heads. Keep going. And what is he going to do with them?
And hang them up before the Lord against the sun.
And show everybody what happens when you disobey the Most High God. All right, keep going.
Facing east.
Right.
And the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel.
So right now the Most High God is his anger is squarely on the people who are worshiping other gods. When and other times it's not that acute. It's not that square on, because we if you read in Judges, we'll say in Judges when one of the Israel took the Moabitish garment and the wedge of gold, he was destroying all of Israel. He wasn't just destroying him; he was destroying all of Israel because of that. And at one time, he was going to destroy all of Israel and create a nation out of Moses, right? But right here, he's saying, I just want their heads. For right now, I want their heads. Why? Because I want people to know. And this is a fundamental fact right here. This is base. If Dahmer, in that particular case, if Dahmer had faced the Most High God's biblical, wrath, not, this nation's wrath, there wouldn't be any cannibals You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be any more monsters, any more Dahmers. Why? Because they would have seen what they would have done to him and be like, you know what? I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that. Let's keep reading.
Come. Verse 5. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor.
Right? Kill all these people who are worshiping these false idols. Keep going.
Come. Verse 6. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses.
So this nigga was bold with it. He came up and he was like, yo, hey, look at this bad, biddy I got. Y'all see this? I got this. Sort of like what Kanye was doing with Kim Kardashian. Not sort of. Exactly what Kanye was doing. He was flaunting her. He was flaunting her. Why? Why would you flaunt her? There was so many wrongs. Just the base wrong was she was not of our people. That was base. Then we can add on. She was another man's woman. We just add on. She was other men's women. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's seen it. The only reason why we know who Kim Kardashian was is because everybody's seen how she was another man's woman. Let's add some more to that. She's not real. Right. We can go on, keep going on and on and on. When you could have got any of them sisters from the south side of Chicago, where he was from, and brought up and boasted like, hey, this is my woman. He could have done that. But no, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. Let's keep going.
Come. And in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel.
So he was a rotten bastard. He was just showing off what that he got this nasty woman. Keep going. Just for time's sake.
Who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 7.
There's a reason why they were weeping before the door, right? Because we're gonna keep going. Keep going.
Okay, verse 7. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand.
So he's seen this, and he's like, man, that's all I could stand, and I can't stand no more. He was a son of a priest who was taught the law, statutes, and commandments. He had the law, statutes, and commandments written in his forehead. Now, what I'm saying is that was back when we were in the wilderness and we were free people. We are not free people. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot do what he is about to do. I repeat that. You cannot do what he is about to do. You need to follow the laws that are given to us in this slavery and this captivity. You are not to do what he is about to do. We have to follow the laws of the land that we are in. You understand? As long as those laws do not conflict with the Most High God's laws. What do I mean by that?
Like I said, the Most High God is not an author of confusion. So if America says that it's legal to do something and Most High God and the Bible says that it's not, then we do not follow the law of America. We follow the law of our Father, the Most High God.
Give me something that America says is legal and the Most High says is illegal.
Pork, homosexuality.
There you go. Something very very recent. Abortion. Right. That's murder. Abortion. The Most High God says you are not to do that. America says you can. You know what I mean? Smoking weed. Right. Most High God says do not do it. Do not smoke weed. America says you can. Let's keep going. Oh, you had something?
Yeah, that's like sir. I just wanted to say Phineas did not have a little book tied around his forehead. He knew the scriptures. He knew what he was supposed to do.
Exactly. He knew the scriptures. He knew he did not have some, man, these niggas are stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, I tell you. Let's keep going.
Verse 8. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent.
So he went after the man of Israel into his tent, right? He went into his house, kicked down the door, waving the 4-4. And they were saying, "Don't hit me no more." But let's keep going.
And thrust both of them through.
Now, how could he thrust both of them through? How could he do that at the same time? What in the world? What was going on, Pagaiwa?
That the man of Israel, he was mounted on that heathen woman.
Yeah. A javelin. If you don't know what a javelin is, it's a short spear. Think of a spear, 5 or 6 feet long. A javelin is just a little shorter than that. And that's exactly what he did. He thrusted them through both. Keep going.
The man of Israel and the woman through her belly.
Through her belly. So they were lying together, and he, according to the law, they got to go. They can't be up in here. All right, keep going.
So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
So the what?
The plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
I told you, there's something about Moabites and plagues. Something about Moab and plagues. We started dealing with at the very top of this chapter, said we committed whoredom with Moabitish woman. This was a Midianitish woman, but still, we were still with Moabitish, and once this happened, the plague stopped. Now imagine if we just stopped dealing with Mei Ling and Ching Chong and all them nasty women. Anybody that's not of our people. Just imagine if we start doing that. Imagine the plague just stopping. You know what I mean? It just stopped. Keep going.
Verse 10. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 11, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel.
So he's saying what this man did pleased me. It was pleasing in my sight. Now I ain't pissed off no more. Now I ain't mad no more. Why? Because everybody knows. Everybody heard about, what Phinehas did. He kicked in the door, went in his tent, and put both of them to death. And it was nothing that they could have done because he was a priest. He was a judge. He was acting on behalf of the Most High God. Now, once again, I say you cannot do this in this day and age. We are to obey the Most High God's law, statutes, and commandments. And the Most High God says when we are in captivity, we are to obey the laws of the land here. What he did back then when he was free, we're not free. We cannot do that now. Keep going.
While he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy.
Right.
Verse 12. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace.
So now that everybody knows not to do this because they seen what happened. They seen what happened. Now I can be at peace. Why? Because they ain't going to do it. They ain't going to do it. That sex tape came out with Ray J and Kim K, and they were put to death like immediately after. People would be like, "Well, I ain't going to do that." And Kanye would be like, "I'll stay away. I'll stay away. I'll stay away." You know what I mean? Everybody would be like, oh, "Yeah, these people, let them be over there. Let them be over there." Right? Keep going.
God. Sorry. And he shall have it. Verse 13. And he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his God.
So he's saying, yo, not only you will be, blessed, but your lineage will be blessed because of what he did for the Most High God. Keep going.
God. And made an atonement for the children of Israel.
And made an atonement for all his people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. He took it upon himself to do what everybody else seen him do, and that what everybody else was doing. Everybody seen what was going on, but no one stood up and said, "Brother, you are wrong. You are not to do that." Now you can do that. Go up to a brother and say, "That is wrong. That is absolutely wrong. The Most High God does not like that. He's going to punish. He's going to continue to punish all of us because of what you're doing right here and right now." We are going to continue to be in favelas and reservations and the ghetto and the prison. We're going to line up the prison cells and the graveyards because of what you're doing. Now, if you're doing that, shut your mouth and stop doing it before you can tell anybody to do that. Better yet, if you're doing that, shut your mouth and get in class. That's the best thing that you can do. Shut your mouth, get in class, learn how to get cleaned up, learn how to stop doing what everybody else is doing. Because you cannot tell somebody, man, you should stop smoking. You should stop smoking weed, man. Stop smoking cigarettes. You should stop smoking cigarettes, man. That's bad for you. It'll kill you. You want this blunt? You want to hit this blunt? You want to hit this J? Same thing, dude. Stop being a hypocrite. Just stop it. And if you don't know how to stop being a hypocrite, this is how you stop being a hypocrite. Get into class, dress in all black if you're a man. Get into class, put something over your head, and wear a dress to class. That's how you stop being a hypocrite. Let's continue.
Verse 14. Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, even that was slain with the Midianitish woman, was Zimri, the son of Salu, the prince of a chief house among the Simeonites.
So he was a high-ranking man. Is this important to bring out right here because nobody probably said something because he was a high-ranking person. You know what I'm saying? Among one of the tribes. Let's keep going. You got something?
It's like the congregation had respective persons at that time.
Exactly. They respected him, even though they knew what he was doing was wrong because of the position he held. They respected him. They said nothing. Did Phineas respect him? How do you know Phineas didn't respect him?
Because he killed him.
Let's keep going.
Oh, God. Verse 15.
Again, don't do that. Don't do that. Best thing that you can do, better than putting someone to death, is showing them life. Just like the way Christ showed us life. Just like the way Commanding General Yahanna has shown us life. That is the best way to turn the Most High God's anger from us. Not putting someone to death. I pray you understand. Let's keep going.
Verse 15. And the name of the Midianitish woman that was slain was Cosby, the daughter of Zer.
Cosby. Let's keep going.
Cosby. He was head over a people and of a chief house in Midian.
So she was the daughter of a high-ranking person. And what is the reason that two high-ranking people have their kids marry?
To keep power.
To keep power, or to shore up power, or to spread power. That's why they did this. That's why they did this. When in reality, all the power we had was with ourselves. We were finally free up under captivity, going to our homeland, going to the land that's flowing with milk and honey, and then we had to get with these nasty bastards. Let's keep going. Let's see what the Most High had to say about this.
Verse 16. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 17, vex the Midianites,
Right?
and smite them.
He's like, man, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna vex them, which means make them anger them, right? And we're gonna kill them. He gave the Moses the command to do that. He go to war with the Midianites. You trying to backdoor us? You try to backdoor us. You try to get power through one of the high-ranking families in Israel for some agenda that you had with us. Now you got to go. Now you got to go. Keep going.
Oh God. Verse 18. For they vex you with their wives.
So with their what?
For they vex you with their wiles.
With their wiles. They was trying to backdoor Israel, trying to sneak in so that they can have a foothold in our kingdom. That's why they did this. So now the Most High had to put them to death. Keep going.
God. Wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor.
And try to get us to serve other gods. Keep going.
And in the matter of Cosby, the daughter of a prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague for Peor's sake.
Right? Drop that. Give me Leviticus 20 and 10. Now, many of us, unfortunately, know a lot about this right here. Many of us knows a lot about this right here. We can do a whole class on this right here. Leviticus 20 and 10. Read it when you got it. The jail cells are filled with people concerning this law. The prisons is filled with people concerning this law. The hospitals are filled with people concerning this law. The cemeteries are filled with people concerning this law. All those places are not good places. However, all those places are needed in one way or another. Read what you got.
Come. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife,
Right?
even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife.
So this is for all you Christians out there that do not know what adultery is. This is the definition of adultery. Adultery comes from the Bible. You can't get adultery from anywhere else. You can't get the definition of adultery from anywhere else. This is the true original biblical definition of adultery. So he that commits adultery with another man's wife, meaning a man who is having sex, who is lying down with another man's wife, didn't say a husband having sex with a single woman, didn't say anything like that. It said a man who has sex with a married woman. Right? Read that from the top again.
Come. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife.
So the only marriage part right there is the wife. Had nothing to do with the husband, because a lot of people, everybody would say if a man who's married and he sleeps with another woman, then he's committing adultery. No, that's not it. A man can commit adultery, but if he sleeps with a woman that is not married, is unmarried, that is his other wife. He did not commit adultery. Now, if he sleeps with a woman that has a husband, that is adultery. He is then committing adultery. Keep going.
Come. Even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer,
that's the man.
And the adulteress.
And that's the woman, right?
Shall surely.
Shall what?
Shall surely.
Maybe.
Shall surely.
Only if the crime fits the punishment.
Shall surely.
No, he says definitely. It is definitely going to happen. What?
Be put to death.
Shall be put to death. Now, do you think there will be any sneaky links if we find an adulterer and adulteress and we take them out downtown DC, and stoned them in front of everybody until they, both of them, the man and the woman, according to the Most High God, this is what it says it must happen, and stoned them. They try and run away. There's rocks coming. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you notice, Israel are some big bad Bama Jammers. You ain't getting far. You know what I'm saying? You got that throwing them bullets. You know what I'm saying? Throwing them bullets at them. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody get stoned to death. I've seen it. The body is resilient, very resilient. It's very resilient. It's going to shut off other functions just to keep the vital organs, the lungs, the heart, the liver, the brain. It's going to shut everything off to try and keep those things alive. And if they're not moving, the body is still working on trying to keep it alive. And rocks are just coming, boom, throwing until you're dead. Now, if you actually see that, if someone actually sees that, like literally just sits there, and even if they don't participate, they're just looking at that. Salakia, real quick. No, I'm not even gonna do that. But if you just see something like that, do you actually think that you would try and be someone's sneaky link? That you would be somebody's side nigga? That you would be someone's side chick? Or if you're married to a man, you would have a sneaky link? That you would have a side nigga? If that's the outcome, if that's the result, because whatever happens in the darkness will surely come to light. It's going to come out. I saw this little reel on Facebook, and it was one of them Tubi movies. And this dude, asked something. Yeah, he was like, "Hey, did you do this? Did you do such and such?" And she was like, "Yes." I'm like, "Oh." And then it cut to the next scene. Salaki. It's not funny. It cut to the next scene, and this dude was coming down the stairs, and her sneaky link was coming up the stairs, and he had blood all over his face. He was like, "Man, what you doing in my apartment? What you doing in my house?" And he pulled a gun out, and he was like, "Hey, you like banging other men's wives?" And he was just like, "You got it. I had to go look up that movie and watch that movie. I just had to go and see it. I just had to go see what it was about. You know what was going on? It's probably maybe not to this extreme, but this is not I'm 100% sure that movie was not real. You know what I mean? But the nuances, the background for it, it's 100% real. The dude was doing everything he was supposed to be doing according to this wicked society. He's doing everything. He was rich, like ultra rich. You know what I'm saying? He showed her love, caring, affection, what women would want. You know what I'm saying? He honored his wife the way the society wants a man to honor his wife. He was doing everything according to the society. And you know what? She still went out and she said something was missing. She still went out and got herself a sneaky link. Still, after all that, was rich, good looking, in shape, all this other stuff, caring, got her, all these gifts. So much so that she was going out. She went to some art show and spent $100,000, just off the blink of an eye, and the husband didn't bat an eye. She still went out and committed adultery. And you want to know what the reason was? She was bored. She had everything. Like literally, she had everything, and she was bored. You go check out that movie. I didn't like how the way it ended. The way it was leading up to it. I just had to turn it off. I was like, man, damn that. Damn, I didn't like how the way it ended. But anyway, the point of the matter is, if she was in that square seeing someone else get stoned to death, seeing some people get stoned to death. Do you honestly think that she would dare try and get a sneaky link? Do you think another man would try and holler at a woman who is married? No. But according to this society, if you're unhappy, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Who gives a damn about happiness? Marriage ain't about happiness. It's about duty and honor and keeping your oath. If you thought, or if you think that marriage is something other than that, you should not get married. And if you are married, you need to go to counseling and realize what exactly marriage is. I had an old head tell me one time. He said, marriage. He was on his second marriage. He was like, marriage is the first year is all about love, and after that is all about duty. All right, this is your duties and responsibilities. You must obtain these things, or you must maintain these things. And here are my duties and responsibilities. I must maintain these things. And once we actually do that, then we can, then there'll be some leeway in this. He said a partnership. There ain't no partnership according to the Most High God. Marriage is duty and responsibility. There are certain duties and responsibilities that you must adhere to. And we do not know this because we are up under our oppressor, and we like to do everything that they want to do and everything that they think is right, when in reality, everything that they do and say is absolutely wrong. That's why our community, Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, are in disarray. We don't have if we have a father in the house, unfortunately, you know what it is? It's a stepfather. If a man is in the house, it's a stepfather. And in some instances, that man is a woman. You know what I'm saying? That man's a stud. Why? Because we tend to listen to everybody else except for the Most High God. Now, if these laws was, if we actually seen that, drop that. If we actually seen that, and get me Proverbs 7:7. If we actually seen what was going on, hell nah. How many times have we been going on a road trip or something like that? Or we on a road and we see a potential accident, or we see a devastating accident. How many times we check to see if our seatbelt's on? Everybody else's seatbelt is on. We're maintaining the speed limit or going under the speed limit because we just seen the wreck. We just seen it. And sometimes that lasts, for a little bit. Why? Because unfortunately that happens. We get kind of too desensitized to it. But if you see somebody get put to death in front of your own eyes, the whole damn city is coming up against this adulterer and this adulteress. There is no way in hell that you are actually going to go out to the club and look for a goddamn sneaky link because you are bored or you want some excitement in your life. Hell no. Nah. Read what you got.
Come. Proverbs chapter 7, verse 7. And beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths, a young man void of understanding.
Right? Young man void of understanding. He don't know no better. And right now, we are this young man. We do not know any better. Right? Keep going.
Come. Verse 8. Passing through the street near her corner.
Keep going.
Come. And he went by. And he went the way to her house.
And so he passed by her street. He seen her. They exchanged eyes and whatnot. They exchanged some words. And now he's going to her house. Right? 6 months rule. If you want to get with a woman, Talk to her father first. Talk to her father. She doesn't have a father. Talk to the man that's over her. You know what I mean? Then you will get to know some real basic truths. You know what I mean? Some real basic truths. And the most important truth, right? Here's the most important truth. You talk to a father, you're gonna know what nation she's from. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Boom, right off the bat. You pass that test. The second truth that is absolutely that you're gonna need is she married right now. And if she's actually talking to somebody, she is in that status. Stop all communication. That's it. You're gonna wind up stoned in the street. When Christ come back, you wind up with your head lost. Keep going.
Verse 9. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night.
Right. So just like I was saying, whatever's done at night is going to come out in the day. Just because you think you're doing something behind closed doors, or you're doing something that away from quote unquote prying eyes, you think the stuff's not going to come out. It's always going to come out. Things always have a way of showing themselves. The Most High is going to bring these things out. It's going to bring these things. These things are going to come to light. It will always happen. No matter how slick you think you are, no matter how you think Jeffrey Dahmer thought he was going to get caught, because after the first one, he thought he didn't get caught, so he was like, "Well, I can't get caught, so I'm just going to keep doing it." His neighbor kept calling the police on him. He actually got caught a few times, and the police gave him back. There was one time where there was a kid ran out of his apartment naked, and the neighbor said, "No, this is a kid. It's not his lover," because he claimed to be his lover, and it was just a lover spat, and he claimed that. And you know what the police said? Well, like, yeah, well, they're just lovers. Gave him back the kid. He went and killed him. Come out later, those cops that did the invest, and then if they would have just looked up his record, they would have seen he was on probation for child molestation. He was still on probation for child molestation. If they got suspended and then they got reinstated after the investigation. There was nothing that they were not held accountable for that action. Whatever is done in the dark is going to come to light. We must know this and know that we are in danger of being stoned in the street. Do you understand what I'm saying? There was a story a few years ago. Big Papi. Big Papi is David Ortiz, was a former baseball player for the Red Sox, Boston Red Sox. He's from the Dominican Republic. Went down there, was messing with somebody's wife. Let me just say this: allegedly. Allegedly was messing with somebody's wife. He was at a nightclub. This other man was supposedly in the underworld and was like a boss. Came to the club where he was at. It's Big Papi. Everybody knows who he is. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's a big man, especially in Boston, even here in the United States. And because he's from the Dominican Republic, he's even bigger over there. You know what I'm saying? He's one of their champions since Sammy Sosa wanted to turn white. You know what I'm saying? He's one of their champions. Went to the club, shot him up, almost died. Boston Red Sox had to have their own personal plane, bring him from the hospital over there and bring him to the medical facilities in Boston. It's a true story. You can look this up. All because he couldn't stay away from another man's wife. Now, was he doing the things that he was accused of? Maybe not. Just like I said, allegedly. But if he had stayed away from this woman because she was married, there wouldn't have been no misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? There wouldn't have been no misunderstanding. I heard somebody say, well, you know, a woman can have guy friends. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Women nowadays have guy friends. How high is the divorce rate in America right now? Just take a wild guess.
They're like 70%.
Not that high. It's about 50%. Amongst Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, it's about 70%. 60%. I give you about 60%. Now, I'm not saying that that's the whole reason behind it. It's one of the reasons. Our grandmothers. You think your grandmother had any male friends?
Oh no.
That's a simple question. Yeah. You think your grandmother, I don't know if your grandmother actually worked. Do you think if she did work, you think she had a work husband? But now these modern women, the women nowadays, you say, hey, well, I can have male friends, I can do this and that. Yes, you can. And this is the one of the main reasons why you should not just meet a chick at a club and just go and lay with her, not knowing what in the world her morals, her values are. You know what I'm saying? You could tell her, hey, take a raincoat and an umbrella because it's raining outside right now, and she'd be like, you ain't my daddy. I do whatever hell I want to do. And then she go out there and it's raining, hair all messed up, makeup all messed up because she didn't want to listen to you. She didn't want to submit to your authority. Now look at her, but she's comfortable with that. She's comfortable with that. At the same time, women, you should vet this man. You shouldn't just go to the club and see he's dressed nice. He has some chains on and whatnot. He smells good. His shoes are good. Oh, that car out there sitting out there is tight and whatnot. Is a luxury car. So I'm gonna go ahead and do whatever hell I want to do with him. And now you stuck with him. Now you figure out that he has 17 baby mamas. He ain't married none of these women. He just had baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, ODB had something like 19 baby mamas. Allegedly. And yeah, one man on. Yeah, exactly. He had his whole. He damn near had a football team. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, there's nothing wrong with having a bunch of kids. There's nothing wrong with that. But on top of that, now you figure out that he made enemies throughout the city, and the reason why he has all these baby mamas is because he has to go different places and hide out. Now you got a baby with him. He's putting you and your kid in jeopardy because all the nonsense that he was doing out in the streets. When a simple conversations over a period of time would have told you, hey, this may not be the right person for me. He's still out in them streets. Not in the way a woman's out in the streets, but he's still out there. He's creating more and more enemies than he's making more and more friends. People want him dead, and if they can't get to him, they're going to get to you. Or worse. What's worse than that? He could be he could be DL on the DL. Bring you back some of that monkeypox. And all you had to do was keep away from that. Just not lay with him for a few months. Vet him out. If you vet him out, you can stay away from a lifetime of hurt and pain, more baggage, more fingerprints on that window. This goes both ways. Whatever's done in darkness is definitely going to come to light. Keep going.
Oh God. Verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot.
Attire of a what?
Of an harlot.
But she looks nice.
Of an harlot.
You know what I'm saying? She's just dressing up the way, just to make her feel confident.
Of an harlot.
Who in the hell wants to put on a uniform of a hoe? Why would you want to do that? Why? Nowadays, hoes are glorified. For what? For what? The shape, your body was supposed to be the glory of a man. You ain't supposed to be showing that off to Instagram for some likes and some hearts. And that BS that people will be telling that women be saying, well, it's for me. Why are you putting it out on a social media? If it's just for you. If it's just, I heard 50 Cent say one time, whenever someone makes a bad album or a bad record, their excuse is, well, I made that song for me. Well, he was like, well, if you made that song for you, put that junk in your headphones and listen to it. Why you got to put it out for public consumption? It makes no sense. So that BS that people say, they get dressed and show their ass and put it on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, doing all these dances and put it out there for the masses. It's not for them. And if you're doing that, if you have a man and you doing that, you are saying that you do not respect your man. He is nothing. You don't care anything about him because you're showing what you're showing. Oh, what you should be only showing to him, you're showing that to the world. You're in effect putting a for sale sign, keeping the for sale, even though you've been bought. Why is that for sale sign still up in the window?
That's an auction. Like it's already in possession, but it's being shown for whatever extra value that it could get.
Yeah, exactly. And that goes to what I was saying more. She does not respect you. Because if she did respect you and she respected everything that you quote on, I'm not going to use that term. And if she did respect everything that you have, she is not going to advertise herself. She's not going to put herself back on the auction block for someone better to come and scoop her up. If that's the type of person, you would find that out within 6 months. You know what I'm saying? You will find a lot of that stuff out within 6 months. And if you try and jump the gun before that, and then you find that out, that's yours. That's your woman forever. That's your woman forever. It's you have two choices really, which you only have one choice. You have two choices. You can stay with that dragon and deal with that dragon and come into this class and learn how to slay that dragon. Or, this is not really an option at all, you can leave and then deal with the Most High God's wrath. I'm telling you, dealing with that dragon is way more easier than dealing with what the Most High God has in store for you if you leave that commitment that you made before the Most High God. As soon as the second you laid with her, that is your woman forever. Woman, the second you laid with him, that is your man forever. Now, if you want to be righteous and do what the Most High God says to do, you need to come into class. There will be no dragons. You will learn how to slay that dragon. You will learn how that man will learn how to get in order as well. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you don't, the alternative is monkeypox. You know what I'm saying? The alternative is AIDS, HIV, is herpes, is gonorrhea. The alternative is withering away and dying slowly. The alternative is passing on them diseases to your kids. That's the alternative. The alternative is getting shot up at a club. You understand what I'm saying? That is the Most High God's wrath. You do not want to deal with that. Like I said, the best thing you can do is get counsel. That's the best thing you can do. Is get counsel. Come into class, get counsel on just come up here and be like, hey, show us who, go to the camp leader and be like, hey, what about her? You're gonna be like, nah. Nah. And you probably have 4 or 5 other, options. Like, oh, what about this one? Well, what about this one? All right, okay. I'll see what's to that. You just hold tight. I'll see what's to that. You just hold tight. And then you're going to get counsel on how to proceed if you can proceed. 9 times out of 10, well, 10 times out of 10, whenever they say nah, you're dodging a bullet. You're dodging a bullet. Just don't take that as, a lot of some people, especially coming from the world, they say, well, what you mean I can't get that? Now they pride, be all swelled up. Well, now I got to have it. No, you don't. You don't want to have that. There's a reason why we get counsel for issues, for all issues. But there's a reason why we get counsel for this. If they say no, dude, you're going to be slaying a dragon for the rest of your life. You understand? Let's keep going. Get back to this damn harlot.
Proverbs chapter 7, verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart. Verse 11. She is loud and stubborn.
Hold up. Subtle of heart. What does that mean?
Subtle.
Subtle just means wily, as far like there's a scripture that says, Esau was the most subtle beast of the was the most subtle beast, someone who's sneaky and sly. You know what I'm saying? So her heart was sneaky. She'll tell you one thing and have you believe in have you believe in a whole different, dream or whatever. Have you believe in something that's totally fantasy? That's what I'm saying. Have you believe in a fantasy when in reality it's something totally different? That's how this woman is. Not only a harlot, she knows what the hell she's doing. She's very skilled in her labors because this ain't the first time she's doing this. Keep going.
Come. Her feet abide not in her house.
I mean, she ain't never home. She ain't never home. Akim. These are some of the signs that you may have something more on your hands. Just listen to these scriptures, and if any of this stuff is sounding familiar, get counsel. Get counsel before you try and attempt that dragon, because in your attempt to try and slay a dragon, you're gonna get slayed yourself. It just said, her heart was subtle, having you believe a whole fantasy. There's a lot of time. There's a saying that says, the man is the last to know when a woman's cheating. Like everybody else would know except for the man. There's a reason why there's a saying like that. She has you believe in a whole fantasy. If any of this is sounding familiar, or you are seeing certain patterns of behavior with this, I suggest you go and get counsel before you say anything. Just go and get counsel. It may be some a figment of your imagination, or maybe something to it. Either way, you're not in a position because why? Because you're too close to the situation. You need someone who's back far enough to see the whole entire situation before you should act. Keep going.
Verse 12. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner.
So she in the streets, lying in wait at every corner. Right now, she in this day and age, it could be the same. It could be the same as her lying in the street, but right now she on Instagram all the goddamn time. She on TikTok creating new content. You know what I'm saying? Put on different outfits for the gram, and not putting on different outfits for you. That's how she's out in the streets, all hours of the night, all hours of time, and whatnot. Keep going.
Verse 13. So she caught him and kissed him, and with the impudent face said unto him.
Right. So she caught him. Like I said in the beginning, this young man didn't know. He was unlearned, basically. He was young and dumb. A lot of us out here, no matter how old we are, we're young and dumb because we don't know. We really don't know the game. You got something?
Yeah, just some adjectives. Wet behind the ears, green, gold.
Yeah, exactly. He was all that. Keep going.
Verse 14. I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vow.
Right. So he has peace offerings with them. Right. Keep going.
Verse 15. Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee.
Right.
Verse 16.
So hold on. This scallywag was looking for something. She was, what she say? She was diligently looking. Diligently. Man, what Chris Brown say? These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. But keep going.
Verse 16. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry and carved works with fine linen of Egypt.
Right. So she got the marriage chamber ready. She got this place, decked out, waiting for you to come back to the crib and throw it down. Keep going.
Verse 17. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Verse 18. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning.
So she's like, let's do it all night. Let's do it all night. That sounds great for a man and his wife. But this is not her husband. This is not her husband. She just went out in the streets and just looked for somebody. And she was already prepared to bed her place for this event. So she was like, hey, come on, let's go ahead and get it on to early in the morning. Keep going.
God. Let us solace ourselves with love. Verse 19. For the good man is not at home.
For the what?
For the good man is not at home.
What's she saying? What's she saying there?
The man that her husband's not there.
Her husband's not there. That's what she's saying. She's saying her husband ain't there. Let's go back to my place because I perfume my bed. I put on, the silk linen sheets. I put on, the fine tapestry. Put the pictures up and whatnot for us, so that we can do our thing. Why? Because my husband's not here. Keep going.
Come. He is gone a long journey.
Keep going.
Come. Verse 20. He hath taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. So
he took some money with him, meaning he ain't gonna be home for a while. So tonight he ain't gonna be here. So come on back to the crib and we can do our thing. Why? Because this woman is a harlot. A harlot. If your woman is advertising her tail up on TikTok and Instagram, I don't see no difference. In this woman making herself up, dressing like a harlot and going out in the streets. Because that's exactly what Instagram, what they call it, thirst traps. Why is a married woman putting out a thirst trap for everybody to see? It makes no sense. You got something?
Yeah, sir. Insecurities and want to be validated by getting attention from other people.
The only attention only type of attention that she needs is from her husband. Just like I was saying with that movie, that her husband was giving her all that attention. She didn't need validation from anybody because he'd be in meetings and she would come in, he would stop the meeting and be all over her. You know what I'm saying? So in front of everybody, he was showing his affection, and yet she was bored. She needed affection from another man. All of this could be found out. I said this before, Salakia. I said this before. I was funning, but I was serious. If you courting somebody, watch that new season, the new series, the House of Dragon, the Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. Watch that and see who that woman's side is on. If she's on a certain side, she for the streets. You need to run. You know what I'm saying? You need to. There was a movie, old movie, A Bronx Tale, and they were saying, hey, you know, everybody had this test if she was like the one or a good one or whatnot, right? This is one of my tests. Watch that series, at least the first season, and see who in the hell whose side she's on. If she's on one side and not on the other. If you've seen the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Watch it with, if you got a woman, watch it with that woman. Watch it and see whose house side she's on. She's on one side, she's on the wrong side. Brother, come in here, get some counsel. Because she's showing her tail. She's showing where her loyalties lie. And if you see that, you can just look back at the actions and see where her mind was. and you can be like, oh, well, she said this before. Oh, well, she said that before. Well, goddamn. Do I have a woman of the night? Get counsel. That's all I'm saying. Get counsel. Let's continue. Where are we?
Verse 21. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. Verse 22.
Don't be beguiled by these women's. Not only was she apparently a looker, but she had the gift of gab as well. Keep going.
Verse 22. He goeth after her straightway.
Right? He went straight away after her.
As an ox goeth to the slaughter.
Like he don't know what in the hell is going on, but he knows what's going on. Because he knows anybody goes in there, they don't walk out. And I'm going in there. Keep going.
Or as a fool to the correction of the stocks.
Keep going.
Verse 23. Till a dart strike through his liver.
Till a dart strike through his liver. He was shot. He was shot. He didn't know what in the hell was going on. That husband came home. That husband came home seeing his woman in bed with another man. I know a story. A brother told me this way back in the world. He was saying how, I'm gonna end on this. Slovakia. It's not funny. It's not funny. But it's funny. It's not funny. It's Slovakia. He was saying how he met some chick at the club. He went home. They did whatever. He was saying, you know how when black women, particularly black women, whenever they get their hair done, they don't want to sleep on, they don't want to sleep. They would rather lose sleep than to sleep. You know what I'm saying? They be, yeah, exactly. Sleep in a certain way. Oh man, yeah. And so he said that she was doing that a couple times. And at first, he was like, all right, whatever. He realized she wasn't trying to get her hair messed up. And then one time she, did like that and kind of like got up. He was like, what the hell's going on? And he looked up and it was a dude standing over him, right? He was like, hey man, get your stuff and get out. I was like, so what you do? He was like, I got dressed. I didn't say nothing. I just got dressed. I didn't say a word and left. Right? And then, well, here's the part that I thought was funny. It was just stupid. He said, man, he forgot his hat. He's from St. Louis. And, them brothers have, like he had like this fur type, whatever type hat. And he was like, I wasn't going to leave my hat. So he left. And then He went back in the room. He was like, hey, man, hold on. Went between them. Like, I just need to get my hat. Came back, got his hat, left. I'm like, yo, you almost died. You know how close you were to death?
Right.
And you want to come back and re-enter that death arena for a hat? But again, like I said, if he would have known her for at least 6 months, he would have known she had a man. That could have been, I would have never known the story because he could have been killed. You know what I'm saying? He could have been put to death. Who knows what state of mind her man was in when he came and saw another man in his bed with his woman. Who knows? He could have wound up like Big Papi. Could have. But you see, just like this dude went in with her sly words and whatnot. It was a reason why he says he goes straight away like an ox goes to a slaughter. Because he ain't. Once he got there, he was put to death. He was put to death because he was dealing with another man's woman. The Most High God says we flaunt this stuff. We flaunt this sin, Mr. AKA Mrs. Stereo Girl. You know what I'm saying? We flaunt that when the Most High God says that is absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting in the Most High God's sight, and it's gay. You understand? It's absolutely gay, Ghey. You know what I mean? Anybody have anything before I close it out? No? All right, with that, Pastor Class, the priest and officer for God Boy. Come on up.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command of General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocation, the feast of the dedication, Hanukkah, the 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. Saturday, the 17th of December, 2022. You can find this in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. Remind Akim and Akwathian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, or scarf. With that, I say Imadium, which means to stand. Men of Israel will give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Imadium Shabbat, Imadium, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrakatah,
Yahweh Shem Al Shabbat.
Yahya Matah, class dismissed.